Hello everyone. Hope you all are fit and fine. And today we are going to start a new chapter from your biology book of Standard 7, which will be included in your half yearly examination. Name of the chapter is Kingdom Classification. So let us begin with the definition of classification. What is the meaning of classification? If we see in a simple language, the meaning of classification is to group something. Group something means what? Let us see some examples. For example, supermarket. If you go to a supermarket and if you want to purchase some vegetables, where will you go? You'll go to the vegetable section? Yes or no? Next, if you want to purchase some dairy products, where you'll go? You'll go to the dairy section. If you want to purchase some dry fruits, where will you go? You will go to the dry fruit section. Now can you see that to make the work easy, all the things are grouped in various rows or various sections. Likewise, the spices which we use in our food, those are also kept in various sections. The best example is library. If you go to library and you want to study some maths book, where will you go? You will go to the maths section or the rows where the maths books are kept. Next, if you want to study your chemistry book, okay, so where will you go? You'll go to the science section and there you can get the chemistry book. If you want to study some story books, where will you go? You'll go to the storybook section. Okay, so now you can see that to make our work easy, people place all the things in different groups. So likewise, what happens in our world? Living organisms are also being grouped. So the grouping of living organism is known as biological classification. So the branch of biology that deals with classifying the living organism in a systematic way is known as taxonomy. Okay, once again, the branch of biology that deals with classifying the living organisms in a systematic way is known as taxonomy. Okay, so here is one picture given. If you can see the picture, you can make out the difference given here. You can see that I have kept a group of animals in a particular section. I have placed a green-like structure in a particular section. I have placed some mushrooms in a particular section. I have placed one microscope that indicates that here the organisms which are kept, those are unicellular organisms. Okay, so here what we can see that organisms, by their similarity, on seeing the similarities in characteristics, the similarities in behavior, we are placing them under a particular group. Okay, so in this chapter we are going to study about these groups. First of all, the system of classification was done by a famous scientist named Aristotle. Now, this Aristotle, how he classified the organisms? He classified the organism by seeing their visible characteristics, means presence of wings, presence of four legs, presence of hair on the body. By seeing these characteristics, he classified the organisms into various groups. By seeing their mode of reproduction, means whether the organisms can lay eggs or can give the birth to the young ones. By seeing these characteristics, they placed them under different groups. Presence or absence of red blood cells. So by seeing these characteristics, he classified the whole organisms into various groups. Now, next scientist, that is Theophradus, he classified the organisms regarding their size sizes, different sizes. The sizes can be defined as herbs, means very small size. Medium sized plants can be known as shrubs, and the tall trees or tall plants can be coming under trees. Okay, now what happened? What was the drawbacks regarding these classification? Let us see. It's very interesting. Let us see what are the drawbacks regarding these classification. First of all, if they were placing two types of plant on the basis of their height, we can see I have taken two types of plant here. You can see this is also a plant which can come under herbs. This is also a plant which can come under herbs, but there exists one difference. What is the difference? That this plant can bear flower, but this plant cannot bear flowers. So this is the difference between these two plants. Though they are of same size, but the plant, one of the plants can bear flower, another cannot bear flower. Next example what we can see is there are two types of organisms shown. You can see both have wings, both can fly, but if you see carefully, the first one is a bird and the next one is an insect. So the bird is very much different from that of an insect, though they have wings to fly. So here comes another difference. So there was some difficulty in grouping the organism in this way by seeing their normal characteristics, by seeing their outer characteristics. So there were two scientists named Carolus Linnaeus and R.H. Whitaker who classified the organisms in a different way. First of all, Carolus Linnaeus classified the organisms into two groups, plants and animals. After the invention of microorganisms, what happened? The microorganisms can't be kept under animals, it can't be kept under plants. There was something different from them. So there was a need of another group. Finally, R.H. Whitaker, he grouped all the living organisms into 5 kingdom classification. First is your Monera, second Protista, third fungi, fourth Plantae, and fifth Animalia. Now in this chapter we'll be studying about these organisms one by one. So in next class we'll be studying about these organisms.